All right. Does your fantasy football strategy suck? Are you excited about the Major League Postseason? Shadur Sanders, is he going to be legit? Is he not? The Browns going to retire his number for going one game over 500 in 2 years? Taylor Swift is now appearing on podcasts. Should we have her on ours? We're going to get into a lot of stuff tonight. I'm pumped. Episode 3, HSB the podcast. Here we go. All right, guys, this is going to be a good one. We've got Jason McCann back with us. We've got Ryan Brewer, the ever-present host, with me, Chris Horton, and we're introducing a newbie to the podcast from the league. It is Russ Moore, commissioner of the original fantasy baseball league that brought us all together. Russ, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. It's a good night.
It is a good night. It is a good night. Episode 3. I'm back home. I'm not in a hotel room anymore, which excites me. I was gone all last week traveling for my day job. Ryan, how you doing?
Back to school.
We are back to school. Everyone starts back. McCann, is your first day tomorrow?
My first day was Monday, so this is week 2 coming up for me.
Oh, your first day was Monday. Arkansas is starting a little earlier than Missouri is.
11th in Arkansas, yep.
There you go.
Man.
My daughter doesn't start till Tuesday, so her last day of summer's tomorrow, which I think is just the dumbest thing in the world, by the way. Don't have the first week of school be a short week. What are you doing? Why?
Disagree with that.
What is the virtue of not starting on Monday?
Well,
Because
it's like
everybody's
opening
exhausted.
day. It's like opening week for baseball.
I know.
They're just taking their cues.
You love starting as a teacher and a student. You love starting on a Thursday. You get 2 days to introduce everything. You kind of get to know all the teachers. Then you get to send them home for the weekend. They get to chill out a little bit, come back fresh on Monday. I've only done this for 25 years. I'm sure my opinion doesn't matter.
Hey, as
Not
a
to me, it
husband
doesn't.
of an elementary school teacher, those kids show up so exhausted, and a long first day of school wears them out, man. Give them a couple of days off before you kick it back off and get to the grind.
Anyway, we're going to get into a lot of stuff. Ryan, you found a really fun story. I want to start off on like a positive note because we're going to get into some sarcastic crap tonight. We're going to have a lot of opinions about things, which is good. But Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and Steph Curry have come together in this initiative. And I don't know a ton about it. I saw a post about it. You and I chatted about it a little bit. But they're working to kind of put the fun back in youth sports.
That they are. And I'll tell you the extent to which I know about it is the video that I sent y'all.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that I really care about is the fact that they're trying to cut the youth sports complex at the knees now, which is I'm really appreciative of.
Yeah.
Because I already feel it. My son's 5. We got into t-ball, and I was thinking, okay, how do I get him into fall ball now? What if he gets behind? And I'm like not even in it, but I already feel that pressure. So I'm thinking to myself, what in the world is this? And then of course you get Eli and Peyton's like bumpkin country, like unassuming, and it's just like, okay, if these dudes are trying to take back youth sports, then I think I can get on board with this.
I'm here for that. Yeah.
Because I miss the days where it was like, where do I just give my son the beat up, rusty old helmet and like an old hand-me-down glove, and the t-ball coach shows up with 15 bats where you're pretty sure that you're gonna have to get tetanus afterwards.
That's what I used.
No, we spent like $500 on a bat, on a ball, on like a couple balls, a glove, a helmet, like all this stuff. And every kid's like fitted, and we're talking about t-ball.
Yeah.
Like
that's a little much.
They don't even know if they like it. They may quit in 2 years.
Right.
And you've already spent a fortune, and you've got away jerseys and alternate jerseys and ceramic bats and
It's a little much. I think the most startling thing that I read and or heard in that video, because I did a little bit of reading on it after you sent that out, Ryan. And I can't, forgive me, I can't remember the exact numbers. It was either 5 or 10 years. Involvement in youth sports is down over 30% because of the cost, because of the travel, because of like the overly competitive nature of youth sports today. That's baseball, that's football, that's soccer, that's basketball. Like kind of those big four. Hockey has kind of always been one of those more expensive sports to get into. The gear just costs a lot, right? Like to rent an
Right.
ice center for youth games, that's more expensive than a baseball field, you know.
Yeah.
But the cost is just astronomical. It's gone up. My niece is a big softball player. She's a catcher, and so she has to, you know, have good gear so she's not getting hurt or whatever. But she's also growing, right? She's 12, and so the gear she was using when she was 10, she obviously can't use now when she was
Right.
12. And my brother-in-law is like, the expense of playing for these club teams, the expense of buying new gear constantly. Like it's
Yeah.
not it's not affordable. Like it's not the way it should be. I'm all for healthy competition, understanding like you win, you get the trophy. Like I'm not talking about like that kind of competition, but like you gotta make youth sports fun first and
Yeah.
foremost.
We have
I
been
coach. Go ahead.
I was going to say we have been a big proponent of you know, rec ball. We've stuck with CYC, local rec leagues, and things like that for baseball, for soccer, for basketball. And we're kind of having this conversation right now because my kid, who's going into 8th grade, is starting to get really serious about basketball. And because the system is the way that it is, you take all of the most talented kids and you pull them out of rec ball. And Desmond has shown a lot of promise. He really loves the game, and we hit a ceiling. We've taken him as far as we can take him, and uh, and we got to a point where we were just like, well, man, if we really want to invest in your love for this game and get you the type of development and training that you need, we're gonna have to start exploring what the next level is. And it's like there's really no like next level. It's like you're either in rec league where like all the talent is gone and it's just every team. I mean, every team is the Bad News Bears, right? Because all of the best kids have been pulled out, and it's not school ball, so it's not like, you know, this group of classmates is playing this group of classmates across town. It's like, you know, everybody's doing the privatized club sport thing, and there's a lot of great stuff about it. There's a lot of great things to be said for the development and the level of competition, like you said. But like for those families that are in the middle, that like, man, we're not ready to make that commitment to travel ball and to invest all of our money in this. We're still trying to test it out and see if this is something we really want to pursue. And there's no way to kind of like level up without going like all in. And it's been like a really daunting experience because like gone are the days of like, man, you're in a good school district with a good sports program and your kid's going to get good coaching, and maybe they'll, you know, maybe you can get some coach on the side or whatever, or do some off season, you know, leagues or something like that to kind of help them up their game. Like gone are those days. And so like it's been really tricky for us to try to find what that level up is without pushing all of our chips in and then feel like, man, we're gonna go broke because our kid wants to
Yeah.
take
Well, and
basketball a little more seriously.
It's really interesting.
I'm on the other side of it. My daughters are both in college now, but my middle child was a very good soccer player, is a very good soccer player, and played rec soccer. I've coached her, and then I've coached my son since then. But I've coached rec soccer for the last 13 years, and I watched her go to the point where I could no longer help her anymore. And her friends went off and played club, and we were hesitant. So she stayed back for one half season and played rec with some of the kids left over from her previous team, and we were still pretty good. But we went out and just obliterated teams that were still left behind in rec, and it was no fun for the kids we were beating, and it was no
Hmm.
fun for us because I was having to call off the dogs, midway through the first half when we're up 7 goals to nothing, and I'm trying to say, okay, and we've got to pull this back. So the next year she went to club. She played club for 4 years, and we're talking $2,000 or $3,000 a season that we're paying not just on the fees of the coaching, but the coaching will cost a certain amount, the tuition, if you will, and
Hmm.
then you're paying for hotels, for food, for travel. And we were every weekend in Shreveport or Memphis or St. Louis or Tulsa or someplace like that, because and some of those were league games. They weren't like tournaments, because there's not enough in some of these communities like Arkansas and Louisiana and Oklahoma. There's not enough of a like a pool of players to
Hmm.
develop a club system like internally. Like St. Louis probably has that for basketball and things like that. But those other smaller states and smaller communities, you have to put together leagues where these kids are traveling to play league games
Hmm.
4 hours away, and you
Mm-hmm.
may just have to play two games, a game on a Saturday and a Sunday, and come back.
Yeah.
And it's a nightmare. And when it was like getting a raise when she started playing high school soccer and decided to drop back to rec league. I mean, it was,
Right.
yeah, we loved her more.
And I am and I'm pro having options for
Mhm.
kids and for
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
Like if your kid is just a stud and they're serious about their sport and you're like, no, like, will, if you're serious about it and you're going to invest in it and you're going to work and you're going to practice and this is like, you want to take this as far as you can go and you're willing to invest the money, like having an excellent club team, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just don't think, Ryan, to your point and what you were talking about, when you start talking about t-ball, when you start talking about rec leagues, my nephew plays rec league hockey. Now they have tryouts. It's ice hockey. He had his tryout last week. They have tryouts, but it's tryouts to place you in your age group and your skill level. They're like, nope, we've got skill levels and age groups of all kinds. So you're going to come try out, but we're going to place you according to your skill level. Now it's competitive. Hockey's hard. Like anyone who's tried to play hockey, it is tough, man.
Yeah, you gotta
Like
have money to play hockey.
you gotta have money. So that's going to be an investment anyway. But like club baseball, club soccer, I'm like, I think there should be more competitive leagues for kids who are more competitive and more skilled, for sure. But to up that cost at every level is a bit absurd, and I feel like you've just seen that over the years. It's just gotten out of hand a little bit.
I'm wondering. I mean, I want to see how they play it out and what comes about it. It's more about the parents than it is about the kids.
For sure.
It's more about cutting the edge off of people like me. I mean, I had no idea that I would be like this. Like I told myself before I had kids that I would not be over the top competitive. But then 21, 22, 23-year-old me who got to the collegiate level to play basketball started to come out when I had kids, and they started taking interest in sports. I was like, I'll just give them the ball. Whatever ball they pick up, it'll be okay. And no, as soon as my son grabbed a bat and got in that dugout and started doing that stuff, something just came alive in me
Hmm.
that I was like, oh shoot. So when I saw that video from Peyton and Steph and whatever, I thought, okay, that's for me. And then that's the whole
Yeah.
reason why I even gravitate towards a guy like Coach Ballgame. He's giving me the
Oh man.
attaboys.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
cutting me at the heart to say, hey bro, chill out.
Yeah.
Like
Stop
just
talking to your
chill
kids
out.
about sports and just take them for ice cream, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Like
yeah.
make it about play. And so even when I'm like playing, like just tossing the ball with Knox, I'm like, hey buddy, it's not practice. Like we just get to go play. Like let's just go play. Let's have fun playing. And I'm doing that more for myself than I am for my kid, you know? And so that's why I was so drawn to that,
Yeah.
just to see what they're about. And I'm curious how it forms. And so it's good. It's cool to hear you guys talk about your Dez and then Jason, even you and your kids.
Yeah. Well,
Because
I think it's a
different.
I think it's a pretty cool initiative, and to see the star power behind it with the Mannings and Steph. I think some eyes are going to get on it, and good conversations are going to start to happen, and hopefully leagues and parents and coaches. I mean, I'll go on a YouTube, like I'll fall into a YouTube black hole of parents and coaches freaking out at youth games. It's
Hey,
so it's entertaining and it's funny and it's also terribly sad at the same time.
hey, guilty right here. I've been that
McCann never
coach
saw
that
an ump that he couldn't yell
I'm
at.
telling you what, I in my 13 years of coaching soccer, I've yet to be thrown out of a game, but there have been a couple of yellow cards, and it's one of those situations where the rough edges have worn off over the years. But when I first started coaching soccer, I was in my early, mid 30s, and I still approached it like I was playing baseball and had, an axe to grind with an umpire. And it just took me a few years to realize I was just being a jerk, and it wasn't doing anybody any good. And so, those are the kinds of things. And now on the other side of that, I'm on the side now where I'll be like, no, 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 hey ref, that's fine. You can take our goal away. That let's not have this out here. If
Yeah.
it'll make this everything smooth over better, let's just this coach, he saw something I didn't. Let's just let him have this play.
Right.
And
Horton.
that's the thing that's changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Horton. This one's for free, and you can edit it out if it's not fitting. But one of the things that even like kind of put us on this path with Dez, in addition to his just own personal love for the game, he really began to apply himself and work hard the last couple of years. And this last season, actually had a ref come over to me at halftime. I'm the head coach of the team, had a ref come over to me at halftime, and like I said, man, our league it's rec ball, dude. It's bottom of the barrel, and Dez is out there really showing a lot of improvement and stuff. And the ref came over to me and said, "Hey, man, your kid's pretty good, and if you really want to see him come alive and take his game to the next level, man, I would really suggest." He was like, "No offense to your coaching, and man, you're doing a great job with these kids, but like if you got him on a team where he was surrounded by players who were at his level or better, and was really well coached, you would see his game level up automatically. And especially as a point guard, if he started understanding that, man, if I feed this kid the ball, he's going to score." Now all of a sudden you got a kid who's like hungry to get assists and sees the benefit of developing plays and distributing the ball. And he was like, "I'm telling you, if you got him no further development except to just get him on the next level up, you would see his game escalate just from being on a floor with kids who can play at that level."
Yeah.
And that's so encouraging. And yet then we hit that kind of ceiling where
Sure.
we were just like, well, gosh, to do that seems like it's not just a matter of like trying out for this team or that team. It's like there's this whole world and culture and lifestyle that we'd have to figure out, is this something that we're willing to step into? Because there's really no middle ground, it's
Yeah.
either all in or not. So anyway, that was just one that popped into my mind.
No, I love
of
it.
like,
I
and you're
think-
like, man, yes, that's what I want for my kid. He loves this game. He wants to really become a great player. Like,
Right.
dude, I want to give you that opportunity. And it's not about getting a scholarship. It's not about going pro. It's about, man, my kid has found something that he loves.
Yeah.
And as a dad, man, I just want him to thrive, And I'm like, man, I want to give you that opportunity,
Yep. I love it. Recognizing potential, recognizing love of the game and passion, having options. I think it's an incredible thing. And so if you're listening, and I'm sure you are, Peyton, Eli, Steph, 2 thumbs up from the HSB boys over
Oh,
here.
they're totally listening. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're subscribers for sure. We're pumped about it. Well, I think this parent-child dynamic leads into this next topic that I want to hit on real quick, and I do mean real quick. I don't want to linger on it too long, but it's interesting to me. Shedeur Sanders played his first preseason game as the 4th string quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. After having his number retired at Colorado after 2 seasons, after being a game over 500 and almost winning a bowl game. Not quite.
Yeah.
Do you understand the hype? Do you understand the criticism? Where are we at with Shedeur? Because he's a talented guy. Like, if you've watched him play at all,
I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for the kid. But at the same time, I mean, he's not backing away from it. But it's
No.
like, it just seems like it's just he's setting himself up, and people are setting him up for just. Man, I hope he's great. I hope he's great.
he's an incredible talent. He's so athletic. He absolutely has his dad's athleticism. Like if you've watched him run, even seen highlights or clips of him play, and like the raw athletic ability is there for sure.
I hope he's great, but but if he's not, man.
And I also love the positive message that Dion has been preaching to his players. Dion has had a very positive impact on a lot of kids at Colorado, and I think overall what he's doing is fantastic. The nepotism is real. Like, we got to call it what it is. The nepotism is real with him there. I don't know anytime soon if I see him being a starter. Like, I think he can work his way up to backup. His athletic ability is pretty legit. But I think the attention, the hype opens him up to criticism, and I think the criticism is fair.
Now, is the nepotism him getting drafted to the Browns? Because where he got drafted to the Browns does not speak nepotism at all to me.
No, but going 12 and 11 as a starter and getting your number retired speaks to nepotism.
Yeah, totally.
I think the one thing I would say that I don't agree with is I think he can get to a relatively high amount of playing time pretty quickly, because the injury history of quarterbacks for Cleveland is not good.
Sure.
So
there's not much good history for Cleveland football
in general. Yeah, since the drive. But yeah, it's
factory of sadness.
It is. The people in front of him aren't great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're fine. And if they get hurt, why not give the kid a shot? It might be their mentality. They've done that before. So
yeah,
who knows?
That's true.
I mean, let's talk about Brawny and Shador. That's the only comp I have right now.
It's the closest one.
That is the comp.
You got a Deion Sanders son coming into the league, was supposed to be drafted in the first round, didn't make it at all in the first round. Then you got Brawny, who gets drafted, what is it, like 53rd overall in the NBA?
The favorite.
Yeah. I mean, to what level of pressure comes when your dad's who he is?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look at all of the Vlad Jr., Ken Griffey Jr., Cal Ripken Jr. I mean, we can go back and talk about, Holiday. We can talk about kids who come up in the path of their parents and have that level of success. And people, I mean, it's no wonder the sports writers want that. But then you combine that with the fact that sports writers and the media love to build people up to tear them down. Mm-hmm. So this is a perfect storm, a perfect recipe to have both of those things. All right, we can cheer for Bronny's success, we can cheer for Sanders' success, but also we have this opportunity to, if they fail, we still can get clicks and likes and continue to write about this guy, because he's either going to succeed and we're going to be able to feed off of that, or he's going to fail and we'll be able to feed off of that. And so you got to, like the media are like sharks on this kid, because if he fails or if he succeeds, they're just trying to get likes and clicks.
Yeah,
that's true. That
I
is
mean, they can't.
true.
They can't lose. The kids can though. They can't lose
for sure.
Yeah.
But,
so you feel sorry for those guys, because they're caught up in a thing that's not even any longer about like the kid getting a shot. It's about.
I will say on that comparison, Ryan, I am no LeBron fan at all. I think he's Mount Rushmore of NBA players. His greatness is undeniable. I think he's incredible. Just not a fan of him. The MJ comparison's not fair, not close. MJ's the GOAT. I don't care what anyone says. I'll argue with you till the day I die that LeBron is not better than MJ. I feel worse for Bronny than I do Shador. It doesn't seem like Bronny is leaning into it as hard as Sanders is. Sanders is on the mic, doing his thing.
Sure.
And you know what? If I had his talent, I would be confident too. Like he is a super talented dude. I think Bronny was set up to fail more than maybe anybody who's ever made a headline on ESPN.
It takes us back to Space Jam 2. Maybe Bronny just wants to be a computer tech, man. Maybe he just wants to be a video game designer, and LeBron is forcing his hand and forcing him to play basketball, and the kid's just like, I just want to sing, Dad, or I just want to, I just want to work on my computer.
Maybe
the poor kids
just good. Yeah.
Full transparency, I have not seen it. I will not see it.
The message of the movie is right there, and you guys just lost. It's just lost on you.
Missed it.
I can't do it, guys. I can't sully the good name of Space Jam.
Go watch it, and you'll be like, "This is Bronny's story. This is Bronny's story."
Great.
Yeah, this is what happened. This is the alternate universe of Space Jam. If Space Jam hadn't played out that, if Bronny's life would have played out the way it was supposed to, that would have been him. But he
Yeah.
split off the timeline and forced his kid to go to the NBA because he didn't learn from the script that he read how this was going to play out.
It, if
Bugs Bunny
if it-
taught him a lesson, and he didn't stick with it.
You know,
If it
if I've
were-
learned
yeah,
anything,
if it
it's
were-
always listen to Bugs Bunny.
if it were the universe with Bugs Bunny and aliens, you're right.
I can't believe
Monstars,
you guys
baby.
didn't watch it. I guess no, I've got kids that
I
are
watched it.
interested in sports,
Nope.
and they're at the age where they wanted to watch it, and so I sat and watched it with them. And of course, I made them watch the original first,
Yeah.
and we
You gotta watch
you know,
I'm
Bill Murray and all that.
I'm gonna make Charlotte watch the originals of things that have been like brought back. Like yesterday, now she's 6, but yesterday I made her watch the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie from 1990,
oh yeah.
the first live action one, and I already
sir.
started showing her the cartoon from '87.
Three Amigos, Teen Wolf, Back to the Future,
like,
Goonies. Take it
You're
all
gonna
back.
watch good movies, and then I'll sit with you while you watch the other thing. Like I love you. I'm gonna spend quality time with you, but I define quality time by quality, not.
Yeah. We bought a golden retriever a couple of years ago, and so we forced ourselves to go through a few Air Bud movies.
Oh, there you go.
No.
And now we threaten every once in a while to take our dog to join the team because, as each of the movies says, well, there's nothing in the rule book that says a golden retriever can't play on the team.
That's true. And when you sign up Dez for that next level club basketball team, you'll have an opening.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
You know,
yeah.
your puppy might be a
Nothing in
fit.
the rule books. Yeah.
Okay. We've been.
I say Shador is starting 6 games in.
He's
I can see
number
that.
4.
They
Yeah.
have to cut. They have to cut in the room. So they've got to cut one, either Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shador, what's his face, Gabriel. I don't think they cut him.
They'll
I don't
cut
think
they'll cut Pickett.
They cut Flacco.
Dude,
they'll cut
Flacco will
Flacco.
be the starter.
Oh, sure. He might start. But
I think-
I don't know that he's going to make it very long in the season.
But I think Dylan Gabriel is too legit of a prospect for them to pass over.
I just don't think they cut him. I don't think they cut Shador.
Unless
They-
it's a
Shador's their Matt Saracen.
forgive me,
He's
unless
gonna
it's a
come in
PR
when
push.
Flacco goes down.
Hey, we need more followers on Instagram. I don't see it.
He had a pretty good preseason game. 2 TDs, 14 for 20 something.
You know what?
130
And
yards.
and this is the God's honest truth. I hope he proves me wrong. I really do. Like, I don't like seeing young guys get set up for potential failure because of their parents. And I'm not saying like Dion purposefully set him up for failure. I think Dion worked really hard to support his family and uplift his kids and stuff. But the expectations are just so much when your dad is a goat in
Oh,
every respect. Like, it's just, I can't imagine that pressure. Anyway,
I'm just
we
hoping,
need
this is me just giving him a shot. 6
Sure.
games. That's what I'm gonna
6.
say. He'll be
Okay.
starting by
6 games, week 7, Horton picks him up off of waivers. Rides him to the end.
Well, that actually is a perfect segue.
We'll check in on that
Russell.
We'll check in on
That-
that one.
That's a perfect segue. I want to talk a little fantasy football strategy before we move to baseball.
Does your fantasy football strategy suck? Probably.
Does your fantasy football strategy suck? My answer is yes, it does.
Every year.
For some reason, I convince myself that I'm doing the right thing. And it's a specific question. And my answer always flies in the face of every fantasy expert on ESPN or DraftKings or FanDuel or whatever platform I'm trying to gain wisdom on before I enter a fantasy league, which is a lot of them. Now, to be fair, 2 of the last 3 years, I have won several fantasy football leagues that I've been in. Maybe it's luck. I don't know. I'm historically not a great fantasy football player. Do you go running back or quarterback with your first pick, and why?
It depends on the format.
You already got too technical for me.
What's the format?
Well,
I don't know.
Ryan's
What are different
created-
formats?
Ryan's created a funhouse
I'm
show
Be-
that we have.
Ryan. I'm
because I
playing dumb.
know
I'm
you
playing
guys.
dumb right now to get you to talk about the formats that you like and the formats that you don't.
Okay. Well, because I know you guys, so our league is primarily baseball. And the only reason I said anything about starting a fantasy football league within our group is just to keep us going in between the seasons. So you know what I did? I just made it bananas.
Yep, and you
So
absolutely did.
two quarterback, ridiculous bonuses, like 1 point per passing first down for like, so a quarterback literally could carry your entire team and score like, I don't know, I think ridiculous 75 points in a week, like, because our
That's
entire
the only
group has.
way I win any points in our league. Anyway, I always go quarterback first. The quarterback touches the ball every play. Like, I understand running backs are incredibly valuable, but the quarterback touches the ball every play.
Sure, if it's a
So why
super
would I
flex.
not go him first?
Sure, if it's a super flex, definitely go quarterback first round. You're crazy if you don't go quarterback first round.
Right.
On a
But I
super
do that
flex
in every
league. You
league.
should have a quarterback within the first like 3 rounds, 4 rounds.
I mean, if I
In
don't draft him first, I'm drafting him second. Like,
but if it's a standard league, I'm laughing at you.
sure.
If it's like a one quarterback league and you're drafting a quarterback in the first round, I'm laughing at you for drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Well, fair enough. I'm just
It
going to use
depends
the
on, like,
strategy
it
of
seems to
drafting
be.
the 3 best quarterbacks with my first 3 picks and then making people trade me good players for them.
Look, it seems like if it's a league that has a lot of points for receiving, like PPR, and then all sorts of weird like 20-yard catch, 40-yard catch, things like that, where you get
Yeah,
bonuses like what Brian
bonuses.
set up.
Sure.
And then of course on the other side of that, if you have a quarterback that throws for whatever and runs for it. So I mean it. I mean my first pick last year, I had the 10th pick in the draft, and I picked Lamar Jackson,
Great.
and the rest of I mean
That's a
the
good
rest are
pick,
just fell
though.
in place. No, it's a great pick. I was actually surprised he was still there, so I took him. Uh, yeah, it worked out okay.
Yep. Russell, what you think?
The best team that I've ever drafted was I was at my parents, and they still had a really crappy internet. I wasn't living with my parents, but I happened
Best
to
team I
be.
ever drafted was when I had to get open the magazine and
No. Well,
mark
yeah, I
them
was
off and send it
reading
in
the
the
newspaper.
mail.
I was visiting my parents when the draft went down, and so I was at their house, and they still had a pretty crappy internet, and it kept cutting out, and there were several picks that it cut out, and I lost connection when it was my pick, and so it would auto draft, and so I picked some players early on that I really wanted, and then it would cut out, and then I would end up with whoever was next up. And I remember there was a year that Donovan McNabb just went off, and he was always expected to do well, but but there was a year that he went off, and no one really expected him to be top 7 quarterback or whatever. And I was so mad that when I logged back on, I realized that that's what the computer had picked, and there were several other picks that went down like that, and I ended up just running away with it that year. And I learned very quickly that any strategies that I put together, I'll either draft the guy that I want and he gets hurt. You know, Chubb, when he blew his knee out, I was pumped because that was going to be a season that he was just going to carry me to the end, and first game or whatever, he blows his knee out. So for me, I go with I like your strategy, Horton, that I've picked up on, and that is, man, I want to in football, I want to draft players I enjoy watching. I want to that are exciting to play, and and then last year I picked Josh Allen with my first pick. Is a super flex league. I knew quarterback was going to be important, and I enjoy watching him play. I enjoy watching the Bills play, and it was more important for me to pick him than perhaps somebody that was on a more obscure team that I was just, no, this will be a fun guy to have on my team. And sometimes you wait to pick that guy because he'll still be there. But for me, man, it's about picking exciting players. And
I love Josh Allen.
I pulled
Get
it
your
up right
guys.
here. Yeah, I pulled it up right here. I was mistaken. I had the 9th pick last year. It felt like the 10th pick, but I I had Lamar. My first picks, and this is mainly computerized. I just followed what Yahoo told me to do. Thank you, Yahoo. But I went
Shout out.
Lamar. I went Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, A Chain, Kyron Williams, And then the last pick in my draft was Brock Bowers. So
Oh
got lucky.
man,
Dude.
My last round. I got Brock Bowers, and so I mean sometimes that just happens. So
There's no guaranteed formula, or everybody would just do the formula, and that's why
Right.
there's people that pay. There are writers who do this professionally who all have competing perspectives on how to do this, and none of them are right.
There's something fun to me about just kind of being an idiot and flying in the face of the conventional fantasy wisdom and just saying, no, I love Patrick Mahomes. I'm drafting Patrick Mahomes. No.
Do you remember when Tim just picked Aaron Rodgers because he was like, that's the only guy that I've ever heard of, and he picked him first. and he ended up destroying everybody that year because it was an amazing season for Rodgers, and everybody made fun of Tim for taking him with his first pick.
It's like Mark taking low with his first pick in baseball.
Yeah, well, yeah. Sometimes sometimes you can do something really dumb.
Lowe's is top 60 hitter this year. I'm just saying it's.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna play a game. Blind rankings.
Blind rankings.
And we're talking fantasy here. I'm gonna name you a football player, and you have to put him 1 through 5 where you think he's gonna land without knowing who comes next. So this is all, and I'm not saying there's a right answer. I used ChatGPT. I said, who's the top 5 greatest fantasy players of all time? Every time I've done this, I've gotten different answers, a few at least, and they've been in different orders. So I'm going to throw out a name, and you put him 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Christian McCaffrey.
Gates. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to say 3.
4. Ryan, where you got him?
Ryan, come on, man.
5.
3, 4, and 5. Okay. We're going to go Marshall Falk.
Let's go.
Well, he was
3.
big early on.
Dual threat.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
I'm going to also go with 2.
I said 3.
3. Okay. Randy Moss.
Nah, that's real. I knew it was going to get better.
Dang it. Well, shoot. I've only got one left that's up, and it's going to have to be 1. So, and I know that he's not first, but I guess I have to go 1.
4.
Russ, you're going to be so mad.
LT.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, he was my favorite player to ever own, dude. He's
man.
got to be 1. He's got to be 1.
Dude, unreal what he did.
Yep.
Oh, man, he was a beast.
Number 1. Yeah.
Oh,
Ryan, what do you have left?
I have 1 and 2 left. So I've got McCaffrey at 5, Moss at 4, Falk at 3. So
Where you
that's
putting
the
LT?
thing.
Who else you got? Antonio Gates? Give me another Charger.
Oh, these are all. Yeah.
No, these are for sure top 10 guys, if not top 5 guys.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna really hate myself for it. I'm gonna hate myself for it. I'm gonna do 2 because I'm just banking on this last one to be a banger. It better be like.
I will tell you, the person that's last had the greatest fantasy football season of all time.
Yeah.
It's Jerry Rice.
Yeah. No doubt.
Okay.
Number 1.
Yeah.
So ChatGPT had LT1.
I was not playing fantasy football when Jerry Rice was around.
ChatGPT had LT at 1, Jerry Rice at 2, Marshall Falk at 3, Randy Moss at 4, and Christian McCaffrey at 5.
Oh,
Okay,
I'm so
yeah.
close, man.
That's good.
Yeah, crazy. I think blind rankings are fun, and I think I'm gonna keep that going. We're not gonna do it every week, but it's a fun game to play. We're gonna do it with sports. We're gonna do it with food. We're gonna do it with Mark's draft picks. We're gonna do it with all sorts of them.
Here's the question: did it give a reasoning for why it went LT1 Jerry Rice 2?
They give their peak, and they give why.
I mean, it makes sense. I probably would have went LT1 Jerry.
So
Rice
LT's peak was 2006, 31 touchdowns,
Unreal.
rushing just a ton. He was a league winner. They call it video game stats. He was producing video game stats. Jerry Rice's peak, they just put 80s and 90s because he was a machine. 1,500 yards a season, double-digit touchdowns, like 11 years in a row, or some ridiculous crap like that. Like, just unbelievable. Marshall Falk, 3 straight years at 2,000 yards from scrimmage, MVPs. Like, he was, untouchable for a while. Randy Moss, 23 touchdowns with the Patriots. Christian McCaffrey, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving, 470 PPR points in 2019. Crazy town. Crazy town. All right, we're going to get a little baseball in before we got to go. Postseason is coming up. It's been a few weeks since we talked about the trade deadline. Where are we at? The Brewers finally lost a game today after winning like 900 in a row. The Cubs are still playing really well. The Mets have absolutely imploded, fallen apart.
My picks from 2 weeks ago are looking pretty good right now.
Both of your picks from 2 weeks ago are looking good. Mine are looking terrible.
So let's remind, what were the picks again?
I believe I had Padres taking the lead in the West.
Yeah, he said the Padres were the biggest winners. You said the Seattle Mariners.
I was going to say the Mariners. That would be that would be the one that kind of stood out to me.
They're playing the Mets tonight.
Mine was the Mets. Now the Mets they're 5.5 back in the East. The Brewers are running away with the Central. Mm-hmm. They're 8 up on the Cubs. The Padres are only 2 back of the Dodgers.
Do the Cubs still have the second best record in baseball?
You know what?
Losing
Let's look.
8
they do not. Milwaukee number 1, Toronto number 2, Detroit number 3, Philly number 4, Dodgers number 5, Cubs number 6.
Wow, they've really slipped.
Yeah. August has been bad.
Well, they've been 500 recently. Like they're playing 500 baseballs.
So bad.
But I think Milwaukee. I think they're going to stumble in the playoffs.
Please, Lord Jesus, let them implode.
I have yet to see a team go on a run like this at the end of the season that can carry it through to the postseason. They get hyped.
Saying that last night, yeah, we said that last night.
Yeah,
it's all about getting hot at the right time, and they're getting hot right now. But can they maintain that for the next month and a half?
That pitching staff,
they're tough, man.
They're
finding ways to win, man.
The Phillies too. The Phillies have the pitching staff to keep this going. I don't think the Mets do. I know the Yankees don't. The Red Sox don't. You're running out of teams that actually have a pitching staff that can take you all the way through the playoffs. I think Toronto does.
Phillies just lost Wheeler.
Well, that's right. Phillies lost Wheeler. That hurts. I keep forgetting.
That's a big loss.
I lost Wheeler.
Yeah, you lost Wheeler.
Sucks for you.
Yeah.
Right now, the wild card teams in the AL is Seattle, Boston, and New York, and Cleveland is 3.5 behind New York for the last wild card spot. I think those 3 teams hold on to the wild card at this point. I don't see any other American League team making a run. Texas has fallen off. KC's fallen behind. Cleveland's gone. The National League wild card is the Cubs, Padres, and Mets, but the Reds are only 1 game behind the Mets.
Reds beat the Brewers today.
I mean, as much as I hate them, as much as it pains me to say it, I think with the way the Mets have been playing, they're 2-8 in their last 10.
And they're about to get a win tonight. I needed Clay Holmes to go 6 and get a quality start. But
Cubs and Padres, I think, are probably locked into the wild card. It'll be between the Mets and Cincy because after that it's Cardinals, Giants, Diamondbacks, Marlins.
Cardinals are what, 61 and 63?
4.
Or 64?
61 and 64. And they're 4 and 6 in their last 10. Dude, I don't want to talk about it.
Dude, they're
you brought it up, man. You're the host. We can talk about whatever you talk.
The entire Central is
rough,
overperforming.
Yeah,
that's true. I would agree with that for sure.
Edit that in letter.
I said the Cardinals will finish right around 500, and that'll be the absolute best they can do.
Which is better than what they were probably slated for.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and we talked about this last night at the game. Russ and I are sitting there at the Cardinals game, and I've never seen this before. The only place I've ever seen this before is in Kansas City when I've gone to Yankee games, and there's more Yankee fans than Royals fans. There were at least as many Yankee fans as Cardinal fans, and maybe more. And there were whole empty sections not in the nosebleed seats where there are sometimes empty sections. There were whole empty sections in mid-level of the field, third baseline, first baseline.
Baseball.
It was bizarre,
and I've never seen territory.
Like, dude. I've never seen that, and I've gone to Cardinal games since I was a little kid, and even when they're not great, they fill the stadium, relatively close to filling the stadium. But this was weird. It's not, the culture is in a bad spot right now.
It is.
It's common to see it that full of Cubs fans, but it's a sold out game and it's packed. You know what I mean? And so to see what we saw last night was very unusual. As a person who lives in St. Louis, goes to a ton of Cardinals games, it was a really bizarre thing. Like when the Yankees hit a home run, and to see everybody on our side of the field get up in their white and black or dark blue pinstripes, cheering, and we're like, holy cow, is this a home game?
It is. And I know that it is eye-opening. It should be eye-opening for the ownership. It should be eye-opening for the front office that they have let the culture of the team fall apart. So I think if we're being honest, everyone here can say, even when the Cardinals are bad, it's a good culture, it's a good product, people go. Like, the fans are committed. They have fallen so far away from their identity and the proud organization that they should be, that people are like,
that even when they have a decent team,
yeah,
that even when they have a decent team, they're not selling
defensively they're the best team in baseball, statistically.
They were
speaking.
500 when this series started. They were a 500 team.
Yep.
Not far out of the wild card.
A week ago we were 3 games out of the wild card spot.
Yeah.
I'm like, you have mismanaged this so bad that the baseball fans in the heartland of America that are committed to their organization, the organization has been here since 1892, that we're going to say, no, until you change things, like, you're not going to get all the money from me that you're getting. I'll go to a handful of games a year, and that's it.
And they've got marketable players too. They do. There's guys on that team that you can build around.
The Cardinals right now are the equivalent of a couple 75-year-old dudes who hang out in the Hardee's that are talking about high school. That's what they are right now.
Yep. The only difference is they were as good as they say they are. The guys in the Hardee's are talking about how amazing players they were, and they're like, yeah, you were like second string in high school.
But no,
if it
they're
gets any
talking
worse,
about when they
like
won a
this
state
podcast.
championship. They won a state championship back in 75. That's what's happening. It's like,
okay, well, 2011 wasn't
like, hey,
that
we won a
long
state
ago.
Championship. We won a World Series title in 06. Remember those teams, guys. Remember those teams.
We're gonna wrap it up now. Appreciate the conversation, guys. It's been fun. I still won't root for the Cubs. They suck. They're terrible. Go anybody else. I'm all in on the Blue Jays this year. Blue Jays are going all the way.
Odds.
Let's send them out with a little "Go Cubs, go!" Ryan.
There you go. No, don't do it. I'm ending right now.
Hey, Chicago, what do you say?
We'll catch you all next week. I couldn't hit stop fast enough.